Restomods for the rich. The companies bringing iconic cars back to life. Better than ever. In this story, we're diving into the world's best Restomod builders, the mad geniuses who take iconic cars and make them better than ever. From California's desert workshops to England's countryside barns, these are the artisans giving legends like the Porsche 911, Ford Bronco, and Lancia Delta a second life. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. The UK has a knack for clinging to its automotive past while simultaneously rewriting it. From the rolling hills of Oxfordshire to the industrial grit of Birmingham, British Restomodders are turning out some of the most jaw-dropping builds on the planet. Singer vehicle design, the Porsche 911 perfected. If Restomods are art, Singer vehicle design is the Michelangelo of the game. Based in California but born from the mind of Britt Rob Dickinson, yes, the former frontman of Catherine Wheel, Singer takes Porsche 911s, specifically air-cooled 964s from the 80s and 90s, and transforms them into rolling masterpieces. Every nut, bolt, and stitch is obsessed over. The bodywork is widened, sculpted in carbon fibre, and painted in colours so deep you'd swear they were mixed with unicorn tears. Underneath, you'll find a bespoke 4.0-litre flat six, often pushing 400 horsepower, paired with a 6-speed manual that feels like it was carved by angels. Singer's most famous build, the Dynamics and Lightweighting Study, DLS, a 911 that weighs less than a Toyota Corolla but hits 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Prices start at around $600,000, but fully loaded, you're looking at $1 million plus. The waitlist? 2 years minimum, and you'll need to charm your way through a consultation to even get on it. Singer doesn't just build cars, they curate experiences. As one client put it, it's like owning a Stradivarius, but you can do 200 kph in it. Thornley Kellam, Lancia Legends and Electric Jaguars. Over in Gloucestershire, Thornley Kellam is less about rockstar flash and more about understated brilliance. Their Lancia Aurelia Outlaw is a love letter to the 1950s Italian Grand Tourer, with a handcrafted aluminium body, a retuned V6, and suspension that makes twisty B roads feel like a racetrack. But their boldest move? Electrifying the Jaguar E-Type. Yes, they're ripping out that glorious straight six and replacing it with an electric powertrain that delivers 400 horsepower and instant torque. Purists might clutch their pearls, but the result is a zero-emission E-Type that's faster than the original and whisper quiet. Prices hover around $500,000 and the wait is 18 months, if they like your vibe. Lunaz, Electric Aristocracy. Lunaz, based in Silverstone, is the darling of the EV Restomod scene. They take the most aristocratic of cars, Rolls-Royce Phantoms, Bentley Continentals, Aston Martin DB6, and give them electric powertrains that would make a Tesla Roadster blush. Their Rolls-Royce Phantom VEV, for instance, costs upwards of $1 million and offers 600 horsepower with a 300-mile range. The interiors are reupholstered in sustainable leather, and the dashboards feature touchscreen displays that somehow don't look out of place next to 1960s wood trim. David Beckham's been spotted in a Lunaz Bentley, which tells you all you need to know about their clientele. Wait times stretch to 2 years, and you'll need a deposit thicker than a London phone book to secure a slot. America, land of muscle cars and endless highways, is a natural home for Restomods. From the sun-baked deserts of California to the humid workshops of Florida, US builders are redefining what classic cars can do. Icon 4x4, rugged artistry. Jonathan Ward's Icon 4x4, based in Los Angeles, is the stuff of off-road dreams. Their Toyota FJ Land Cruisers and Ford Broncos are stripped to bare metal, rebuilt with modern chassis and powered by V8s, or in some cases, Tesla-derived electric motors. The Derelict series is their wildest creation. Cars that look like they were found in a barn, but hide cutting-edge tech underneath. A fully loaded Icon FJ can set you back $300,000 with wait times pushing 18 months. Ward's philosophy. We don't restore cars, we reimagine them. Their builds are so detailed, you'll find hand-stitched leather on the gear knob and custom-milled aluminium dash inserts. Kindigit design, hot rods for the Instagram age. Dave Kindig's Utah-based shop is where hot rods meet Hollywood. Known for their work on the TV show Bitchin' Rides, Kinderget takes American muscle, think 69 Camaros, 57 Chevys, and gives them modern powertrains, air suspension, and paint jobs so glossy you could shave in the reflection. Their CF1 Roadster, a custom-built nod to the Corvette, starts at $400,000 and can climb to $800,000 with bespoke touches. Wait times? 2 years, and you'll need to fly to Utah for a sit-down with Dave himself. These cars aren't just driven, they're red carpet stars. Emory Motorsport, Porsche 356 Reborn. Emory Motorsport, also in California, focuses on the Porsche 356, the dainty, curvaceous predecessor to the 911. Their Restomods keep the 356's timeless silhouette, but add modern suspension, disc brakes, and engines ranging from tuned air-cooled 4s to electric powertrains. A typical build costs $350,000 with a 12-month wait. Their attention to detail is obsessive. Think hand-stitched interiors and chrome polished to a mirror finish. These cars are less about speed and more about the joy of driving a 1950s icon with 2020s reliability. Revology cars, Mustangs for the modern age. Florida's Revology Cars builds brand new 1965 to 1968 Ford Mustangs from the ground up, using licensed Ford chassis and modern components. Their base model, with a 460 horsepower Coyote V8, starts at $250,000, while their GT 500 inspired builds can hit $400,000. Every car gets a digital dash, Bluetooth audio, and suspension that can handle a track day. Wait times are around 12 months, and buyers can customize everything from paint to upholstery. Revology's motto: classic looks, modern soul. It's a Mustang you could daily drive to work, if your work involves owning a private jet. ECD Automotive Design, Defenders done right. Also in Florida, ECD Automotive Design, formerly East Coast Defender, specializes in Land Rover Defenders. Their builds range from V8 powered beasts with 565 horsepower to fully electric versions with 600 pound-feet of torque. Each Defender is a one-off, with clients choosing everything from leather stitching to wheel design. Prices start at $250,000 and can climb to $500,000 for an EV with all the trimmings. The waitlist is global, stretching to 3 years, and their clientele includes Hollywood A-listers and Middle Eastern royalty. ECD's Defenders are as much about luxury as they are about off-road capability. Zero Labs, electric off-road icons. Zero Labs, another California outfit, is all about electrifying American classics. Their Ford Bronco and Mustang EVs combine retro looks with Tesla rivaling performance. Think 600 horsepower and a 235-mile range. The interiors are a masterclass in minimalism with vegan leather and recycled materials. Prices start at $300,000 and the wait is 18 months. Zero Labs' mission is to make classic cars future-proof, appealing to eco-conscious buyers who still want to look like Steve McQueen. Europe's Restomod scene is a blend of German engineering, Italian flair, and a touch of rally-bred madness. These builders are redefining icons with surgical precision. Automobili Amos, the Lancia Delta Futurista. In Italy, Automobili Amos is resurrecting the Lancia Delta Integral, the rally car that defined the 80s. Their Delta Futurista is a $500,000 masterpiece with a hand-built body, carbon fiber panels, and a turbocharged 4-cylinder pushing 330 horsepower. Only 20 units were made and they sold out faster than you can say Group B. The interior is a blend of Alcantara, carbon, and retro dials with a manual gearbox that feels like a time machine. Wait times? You're out of luck, unless you know someone who knows someone. Mercedes-Benz Classic Plus Mechatronic. Factory-backed perfection. Mercedes-Benz Classic, in partnership with Mechatronic, offers Restomods that feel like they came straight from Stuttgart's golden era. Their W111 Coupes and SL Pagodas get modern engines up to 400 horsepower, updated suspensions, and subtle tech upgrades like ABS and climate control. Prices start at $400,000 with wait times of 12 to 24 months. These builds are so authentic, they come with Mercedes' blessing, a rarity in the Restomod world. Officine Fioravanti, Ferrari, but better, Italy's Officine. Fioravani takes the Ferrari Testarossa, the 80s poster car, and makes it drive like a modern supercar. Their Restomods keep the iconic flat 12 engine but add adjustable suspension, carbon ceramic brakes, and a re-engineered gearbox. Prices? Around $600,000 with a 2-year wait. The result is a Testarossa that looks like it starred in Miami Vice but corners like a 488 Pista. Eccentrica Diablo, Lamborghini's Devil Reborn. Also in Italy, Eccentrica is breathing new life into the Lamborghini Diablo. Their Restomod keeps the AVI 12 but bumps it to 550 horsepower with a reinforced chassis and modern electronics. The interior gets a digital dash and Alcantara everywhere. At $700,000 and a 24-month wait, it's a collector's dream and a middle finger to anyone who thinks Lambos peaked in the 90s. Alphaholics, Alfa Romeo's soul amplified. UK-based Alphaholics takes classic Alfa Romeos, especially the Giulia GTA, and turns them into lightweight, track-ready monsters. Their GTA R model, with a 240 horsepower twin-cam engine and carbon fibre bodywork, costs $350,000 and takes 18 months to build. These cars are built for driving, not posing, with handling that shames modern sports cars. Australia's Restomod scene is smaller but scrappier, with builders taking on the challenge of modernising homegrown legends like the Holden Monaro and Ford Falcon GT. Import laws and ADR compliance make it a tough gig, but the results are starting to turn heads globally. Matamata Panelworks, Kiwi-Aussie muscle. Technically based in New Zealand, Matamata Panelworks has become a go-to for Aussie classics. Their Ford Falcon GTs and Holden Monaros get LS V8s or Ford Barra inline 6s with suspension upgrades that make them handle like a modern Mustang. A fully loaded Monaro Restomod can cost $200,000 with a 12-month wait. Their builds are gaining traction in the US, where collectors are snapping up Aussie muscle for its rarity. Hell's Garage, Barra-powered beasts. Hell's Garage, a loose collective of Aussie custom shops, specialises in one-off builds. Their Holden Commodores and Ford Falcons often get Ford Barra Turbo 6s, pushing 500 horsepower, paired with 6-speed manuals and upgraded diffs. Prices range from $150,000 to $300,000, with wait times of 12 to 18 months. These cars are raw, loud, and unapologetically Australian, think Mad Max with better paint. The Aussie scene is still emerging, hampered by strict regulations and a smaller market, but with global demand for unique builds growing, shops like Hell's Garage are starting to make waves. Restomods aren't cheap, and they're not quick. A Singer 911 can set you back $600,000 to $1 million, with some DLS models fetching $2 million at auction. Lunas's Rolls-Royce EVs start at $1 million, while Icon's FJs and ECD's Defenders hover around $300,000 to $500,000. Revology Mustangs are a relative bargain at $250,000, but bespoke builds from Kindergit or Ring Brothers can hit $800,000. Wait times range from 12 to 36 months, and most builders require non-refundable deposits, sometimes 50% upfront. It's not a car, it's a commission, like ordering a yacht or a custom Rolex. The Restomod world is split down the middle. Purists worship the roar of a naturally aspirated V8 or the scream of a flat six, paired with a manual gearbox that feels like shaking hands with history. Combustion Restomods, like Singer's 911S or Icon's Broncos, are about amplifying the original experience. More power, better handling, but the same soul. EV Restomods, on the other hand, are a different beast. Companies like Lunas and Zero Labs are swapping petrol for batteries, delivering instant torque, zero emissions, and eerie silence. An E-Type or Defender can outrun its combustion ancestor while dodging city emissions laws, but purists cry foul: is an electric Jaguar still a Jaguar if it doesn't purr? The counter-argument? Restomods are about improving the past, and EVs offer reliability and performance that 1960s engineers could only dream of. As one builder put it, nostalgia is great, but getting stranded on the M25 isn't. Restomods are the new status symbols. Rob Dickinson's Singer 911Ss have been spotted in the garages of Jerry Seinfeld and Magnus Walker. David Beckham's Lunas Bentley is practically a tabloid star. ECD's Defenders are a favourite in Hollywood, with everyone from Chris Hemsworth to Kanye West rumoured to own one. These cars aren't just vehicles, they're investments. A Singer DLS sold for $1.8 million at auction in 2024, and Icon's derelict Broncos are appreciating faster than beachfront property. For the ultra-rich, a Restomod is a bespoke masterpiece, rarer than a hypercar and cooler than a Banksy. What's next? The Restomod scene is evolving fast. Builders are using 3D scanning and CAD to recreate parts with surgical precision. Carbon fiber is replacing steel, and hybrid powertrains are starting to creep in. Imagine a Holden Monaro with a V8 and an electric boost. EV conversions are gaining traction, especially in Europe, where emissions laws are tightening. There's even talk of an electric Lamborghini Miura, though purists might burn their leather driving gloves in protest. The line between manufacturer and artisan is blurring. Mercedes-Benz Classic is dipping its toes into Restomods, and Ford has licensed Revology to build new Mustangs. As classic car ownership gets trickier, Restomods offer a loophole: modern performance with vintage looks, legal in any city. It's a future where the past isn't just preserved, it's perfected. They say you can't go back in time, but with enough cash, carbon fiber, and a touch of heresy, you can drive there. Restomods are more than cars. They're love letters to an era when cars had soul, reimagined for a world that demands performance and polish. From Singer's Porsche perfection to Lunaz's electric aristocrats, these builders are proving that legends never die. They just get better. So, next time you see a pristine '69 Mustang tearing past a Tesla, don't be surprised if it's got a digital dash and 700 horsepower. That's the Restomod way. Old school, new rules.